the bacon butty, or more accurately the cup of tea, and this should tell you a thing or two about what I did last night. I need one of them in there in order to get me through. I've got Rob Gutmann, and it's on the morning, Rob, where the world's woken up to what we already knew. What we were trying not to say too much to an extent. At the moment, and by at the moment, I mean from the start of this season, there's no shadow of a doubt Mo Salah's the best player in the world.
Yeah, he definitely is. Do you know the funny thing is yesterday, he's emerged from yesterday's game having finally convinced the rest of the world that he's the best player in the world. Funnily enough, at half time, I was turning to my lads and goes, that's the worst I've seen Mo Salah play. I think we were all generally very disappointed at that, because that's just about the worst I've seen Mo Salah play. He can only play better.
And he could.
He did. He went and scored his best ever goal, I think you can say. And we've all compared and contrasted it to the Tottenham goal. What he does for the assist for Mane. By the way, I just want to comment here. Curtis Jones gets an assist on Mo Salah's goal yesterday. Great assist, Curtis. That is a statistic. And he goes, go on, have it. Have that ball for 2 yards, pokes it into his feet with no expectation of it going anywhere other than getting cleared.
Yeah.
And the moment wriggles out. Incredible.
He was just, it's a phenomenal moment, and big players grab big moments in games. And for me, one of the shames about it is that it isn't the winner. Now, there's loads of ways in which you can say, how well City played, and we can have the chat, and we'd be right to have the chat about that to an extent. But it does deserve to win the game, and it is the moment the big player says, I am the big player, I am the best player in this league, I am the best player on this pitch, look at this, look at the thing I've just done.
I know, and I feel Mo's slightly cursed. If you close your eyes and don't even think about it for a minute, go on, give me Mo's best 3 goals. I think most are going to go, the one yesterday, the Tottenham one and the Everton one, because the Everton one literally wins the world's best goal award.
Yeah,
right? Okay, some will argue about the ones where he legs at the length of the pitch forever. I mean, that's my favourite goal of any in football ever, that goal. And he's done it 10 times. But none of those 3 I just cited first off are ever being winners, which is just painful beyond belief. As we sort of began to sort of relax after celebrating that goal, you turn around to go, how long left? And how long left was it? 18 minutes or something? Oh, fuck. There was just a slight sinking feeling that the odds of it being the winning goal weren't quite as high as you'd have perceived it to be in the moment.
Yeah, I think after both goals, there's a bit of a funny thing for me where we nearly put the hammer down, but we don't quite find the hammer.
No.
And that's a little bit frustrating. It's possibly credit to them, when you watch it back. It's probably credit to them to an extent. But I think we just can't, because I think we're already playing. The thing that City did brilliantly yesterday was I think they got us playing at such a gear. We didn't have a gear to go to.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing, because when we are all out, everyone was all out, both teams were all out for the full 90. The idea that you dig deep and you find that big next 5 minutes, I just think wasn't quite, for either side, to be honest with you. I don't think they're great after either of their goals. I don't think Guardiola's great at 1-1. I don't think they're great after either of their goals.
No. It's strange from them in many ways. I mean, listening to things in the radio on the way back, City will be happier, City will be pleased with that. There was a tone from City fans that they thought they'd done a good job. I mean, at half time, if I was a City fan, I'd go, if we just turn this off now, this is good. We're better than Liverpool. We're better than Liverpool. We've come here, we've shown it. We haven't scored, but we're better than Liverpool. By the end, I think they'll have been left scratching their heads. We were the better side in the second half, not by a country mile, but we made them look vulnerable. We made them look vulnerable and should have scored at least. And the bottom line is they should have conceded 3 goals in that second half.
There's a funny thing for me. The Fabinho chance is a great one. It's a shame it doesn't go into the back of the net, obviously, because that would have been a riotous celebration at that point. But there's a funny thing for me where I'm left with them in that first half spell. 25-45. What has annoyed me in the post-match commentary, I read Phil McNulty's piece in the BBC, and he says, and City had a raft of chances. And I was like, I didn't see a raft of chances. I said they didn't see good ones. There was a flurry of minor shots. They had loads of control over Liverpool. They smothered Liverpool. But part of why they can't create a chance is because they're not actually playing any forwards. He's also the nearest thing they've got to a forward, and he's playing like a Dirk Kuyt sort of role in there. You know what I mean? They're not playing any forwards, which means it's easier to win the midfield if you've just got loads of really good midfielders.
Yeah, he's playing 6 in midfield effectively.
Yeah.
This is why I'd called it my wild chat beforehand. I felt at half time maybe we should have changed it in a different way, although whatever he did at half time did work. Is there was a case for us not to play a front 3 and to put Keita and Jones in there, to have had a 4 and to have had more control of the game. They create, having watched the chances back, I can see they create 2 chances and they're mediocre ones. One where Foden gets in wide and Alisson makes top bid.
Well, that's the start of them being on top. That heralds it. That's the best chance they create in that spell. And it's the first one. And it's the one that makes us drop off, I think. It's the one that panics us.
Yeah.
We get a bit scared after that one, and that's why we go a little bit too deep, and the manager says afterwards. But that heralds them being dominant. But then when they're dominant, they don't create anything.
To get full access to this show, click on the link in the post and subscribe to Talk Premium. You get all of our content, including previews, reviews, post-match content, exclusive interviews and loads of transfer chats. So subscribe to the Anfield Wrap now. We share the journey of supporting Liverpool from heart of the city.